I don't know what some people's issue with robotic affirming is, and their whole, like, just decide, just live in the end. Okay, well, first of all, I'm pretty sure that you got Living in the End from Neville Goddard, right? And Neville Goddard talks about how one time he was trying to manifest going to Barbados, but he obviously didn't see any proof of that. And so when he went to Abdullah, Abdullah said, you are already in Barbados. And some people think, oh, just live in the end, he just decides. No, Abdullah is reminding him, you have to repetitively think and visualize that you are already in Barbados. That's the end. You have to repeatedly make that your assumption and your belief through repetition, because your 95% of what manifests comes from your subconscious mind. And so then once Neville continued to visualize being in Barbados, he continued to just tell himself, I am already in Barbados, because that was what the advice he took from Abdullah. He ended up going to Barbados, okay? And it wasn't just one decision. He never thought about it again. He didn't have to affirm. He consistently, repetitively did that action to manifest it, okay? And some of you might say, oh, well, if I'm just living in the end, I'm just assuming it until it comes. Until you would have to repeat it. And just deciding, wouldn't you have to constantly remind yourself that you already have it? There has to be some kind of affirming to live in the end. You'd have to remind yourself, because obviously you're not seeing what you have already. So it's just bad advice to say that robotic affirming doesn't work, or affirmations don't work, or visualizing doesn't work. You just decide. That's a conscious decision. A one-time conscious decision does not manifest. Your subconscious does. And you might think, oh, affirming and visualizing is conscious. Yes, it's a conscious effort to repeatedly do something, which is what creates a belief, which is what manifests. Okay, so I think that you could just say, oh, we'll just live in the end, like Neville says. He's literally, have you read his books? Because I've read all of them. And it's pretty easy to understand. Even before there's all these studies about your subconscious and conscious and unconscious and all these different parts of your mind and neural pathways, before they even understood it, they knew that repetition worked. To continue in a state and to even become a vibrational match to something, you have to change what you've previously been believing and assuming, and you do that through repetition. Is anyone telling you that robotic affirmations don't work, or that you just decide? In my humble opinion, they don't know what they're talking about. And I have so much proof of all the things that I manifested on my page. Sometimes I also think people really like to hear themselves talk, and they try to be unique and different, or by changing the way things are done because they think that it will set them apart, when really it's just leading you astray. And that might come off as harsh, but it's true. Sometimes it can be an ego thing. Like, oh, if I create a new manifestation technique, if I create a new way, then people will listen to me and what I have to say. But really it all boils down to the same principle, that your assumptions, your beliefs, your vibrational frequency, your match, your feelings, all of these things are what manifests. The only reason that I'm telling you to do robotic affirmations is because repetition and normality is what is creating your reality, because it is a mirror, okay? Anyways, I hope this made sense, and I hope you have the best day ever. And if you like the necklace I'm wearing, I have it linked in my bio.